Hi folks, this is just a little update on the BullsEye Focuser project that I published a while back, and experiences that I've had with it and problems that I've encountered. Basically, most of it has been working just fine most of the time, but I did have some trouble especially in cold and humid weather, when the mechanics of the Focuser got a bit stiffer. So I sometimes got skipped steps on the stepper motor, and even with the 45 Newton centimeter stepper motor that I have in there, it wasn't strong enough. Even if I overdrove the current a little bit, it wasn't strong enough to get rid of all the problems. So I decided to change the design a little bit. So as you can see, it's in a different kind of bracket now, and I'm actually driving it using a timing belt. So that's basically a 16 tooth pulley driving a 60 tooth pulley with a 100 teeth GT2 timing belt, and that gives a gear ratio of 3.75, and that seems to be doing the trick, at least on the warm day that I'm testing this now. I'm testing it with basically a pretty extreme setup. So I've got my scope pointing straight up with the heaviest imaging train that I can come up with. That's basically an attic CCD camera with a 5-slot filter wheel, fully loaded, and 3 times focal extender with another extender piece in there. And this whole imaging train, including the adapters, weighs about 2.66 kilograms, so it's pretty heavy. And it's pointing straight up as well. So if I plug in my power, you can see that even with this weight hanging off of it, it's gonna have no trouble doing the auto homing now. So it's going down, trying to find the far extent, and then when it finds it, it should reverse and rack it all the way up to the other extreme. And there you go, that's at the home position now, and this will give me a chance to show you the Indie driver as well. Just connect everything. So this is basically the Indie driver for the Focuser. This is the main control page. Got way to engage and disengage the motor if required, so that will just turn the power off of the motor without touching anything else. So if, for example, for some reason you need to manually adjust the Focuser, you can do that without touching anything else. And then you got a motor status indicator here, saying that whether it's racking in or stopped or going out. Limit status saying whether it's at the either of the in or out extreme limit, and that's just the current target position, which is actually not right at the moment. I'm not sure why. Then there's a run level showing that whether everything's running normally or whether it's missing the 12-volt power or anything else. And here it's giving you a readout of the voltage. So if you're running things off of battery, this is a way to keep an eye on the voltage of the battery. And there's a temperature reading. So as you can see, it's pretty warm in my room at the moment. And here's your normal focusing control buttons. All of these are standard in this stuff, but here in the settings page I've got my custom settings for things like micro stepping settings and the amperage, the RMS current that the stepper driver is feeding the motor, speeds for stepping speed and homing speeds and acceleration. And then down here you got whether you want to use the auto homing or not, whether you want to invert the motor direction, which I had to do in my case because I changed the configuration, and then also whether you want to use acceleration or not. In my case I had to turn it off because actually I haven't tried it with this new setup, but previously if I had the acceleration on, I was getting skipped steps during that acceleration, so it turned out that it's better to actually have it off. Right, so we could potentially focus out, let's say 5,000 steps. Oh, by the way, there's this maximum position here, and this is actually automatically calculated when it's doing that auto homing process. So it's measuring the length of the focuser when it's coming in from the extreme out position. So this is the maximum steps that you can actually focus. So let's focus out 5,000 steps. Let me try that again. steps. Maybe I should do one more time. Another 5,000 out. So you notice that when I'm focusing out, it will actually overshoot a little bit and then rack back again. And that's a way to get rid of any backlash you have in the system. So if you focus from out to in, you're pretty much guaranteed to have all your backlash compensated for. If I focus in, it will not do that. It will just do the amount of steps that you require. That's pretty much it. So I haven't been able to test it outside yet, but I will let you know how it goes the next time I get some clear skies. And clear skies to you. Catch you later.